Mushmallow, and you are, well, you're you. Hello, you. Welcome to Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, where art takes a twisted turn. Come on, join me as we bring to life chilling designs, spooky masterpieces, and we do it all one gem at a time. So like, subscribe, grab your drills, and let's get ready to create something dark and dazzling. Come on, let's go paint the darkness together. Let's go. Hey, you guys, I'm ready to kit up my Sundown Sewer Monster by Rokkari at rokkari-tpa.com. And yeah, this one is, I'm excited. If you recall, or maybe you didn't see the unboxing, this is a 50 by 50 square drill. And we have 6 specials. We've got 2 metallics, 2 ABs, a glitter, and a new luminous drill. So very exciting stuff. Here's our bag of drills. This is our image here in the likeness of our very own Sundown. And this is, this was born out of a whip and chat about this time last year, a little over a year ago, called Sundown Has a Crappy Day. And that's in the playlists if you're interested. It was a really funny story of some stuff that went down last winter. Just know it involved pipes freezing and living out in the country, pipes freezing and crawling under the house and things of that nature. I think you can put it together by knowing that this is Sundown the Sewer Monster. But yes, this has 46 colors and we're going to kit it up together. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Before we get started, I want to share with you from an anonymous source a Elizabeth Ward style drill storage set. Now this one here is from Temu, which is where I normally get them, and depending on which ones you want and which ones you find and what deals they have going on, they can range anywhere from like $16 to $26 or $27 each. And I got this one again from, like I said, an anonymous source for an undisclosed reason, and that's all I'm gonna say. But aside from thank you, anonymous, you know who you are. And I got 2 of these actually. We're gonna bust one of them out, but this is from Bead Storage Solutions, and it did come on from Amazon, and you can buy a 2-pack of these for about, I think it was about $50. So about, you know, 25 each, and that's similar to some of the higher priced ones on Temu. And I was curious on how these would be different because they look on the box to be the same, and I want to see what are the similarities and differences. And we're going to kit up using this new Bead Storage Solutions assorted bead tray 45 piece. So it does come in, it was a sturdy box, and we have a little foam cover here. And let's see, let us see. We're going to kind of compare these and do my best to get them both in frame at the same time so we can kind of see. This one's covered with stickers, sorry, but it looks to be the same size, depth, length, width, without busting out a ruler or measuring tape. Yeah, identical in size, shape, all that stuff. So that's a plus. First thing I'm noticing is, difference-wise, is the handles. Take a look at this handle. It's ridged, it's curved. It seems to be set deeper into the lid, whereas this Classify version has a little like nubbin that it goes over, and it's squared off and thinner. So that's interesting. The latching mechanism is different. So let's see. Is it hard to get? It is very easy to like snap and unsnap, but does snap on there and catch, but it's not a fight, and it's not breaking my nails to get in there. So that's cool. All right, and then let's go ahead and let me listen to the, not as, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? Not as reassuring of a snap on these, but they do snap in place over this plastic nubbin. So then we got the lid, and here's the lid. Let's look and compare the lids. Automatically what I'm noticing is the Temu Classify lid seems to be a little bit lighter, a little bit thinner, and a little bit flimsier. Otherwise they look very similar. They both have like the frosted edges, like the frosted border on them. And obviously where the handle connects on here, fastens on here, is different. This is smoother. There's no little nubbin here. But otherwise seems to be comparable. Are we about the same size, like same depth? This one seems to be, appears to be maybe a skosh thinner. With that little bit of a depth, I'm not sure that we could get a measuring thing in there, but I'll put these up. This first one is the Temu, and the second one is the Bead Storage Solutions. You can see there's maybe a little color difference there. One's a little bluish, one's a little more clearish, it seemed like. Could be a reflection. I don't know. But I do notice it now. This one seems to be a little like gray, blue tinged. A little bit of a different off color, and this one seems to be more of a white cream tinged. Interesting. But there's that. So then this one comes with removable bonus labels, and it says part info with a $sign. I think this is to label the containers if you're going to use it somehow for jewelry sale. But I mean, if you needed to, you could just white this part out or leave it and put your DMCs on here and make everything, you know, use them as a label if you need to. I won't be needing that. I'm gonna do my own tried and true like washi tape situation and DMC like peel off stickers from the kit, but if you need them, they have them, and then they protected further inside with the foam, so that's dandy. And then here we are. Now keep in mind, I've kind of mixed and matched this kit here. Has a mix and match of stuff in it, different containers. This is not all the containers that originally came in the set. I kind of took some smalls out, put some large in, and vice versa, and moved things around, so they won't be identical in that way, but the basic container shape and size should be about the same. So let's see here. This has, whoa, had a hard time kind of grabbing that out of there. This has the small containers just like this. Interesting. The first thing I'm noticing, I'm trying out the finger nubby grippy situation to see. Now this seems deeper inset in the newer set, in the bead storage set. It's a deeper inset, so like my nail is having a hard time catching it because it goes further like in here and kind of in and back. So when I went to grab it, my nail, like my fingernail is not catching that bottom, whereas on here, it seems to catch a little bit more. There seems to be a better lip on the bottom than on the bead storage set, so that's something Temu might have going for it. Also, I'm noticing that sorry about the sticker residue, but both of the like grabber insets are deeper on the Classify version. They're deeper on the Classify version than they are on the bead storage set version. I don't know if you can tell in camera, but I'm trying to show you. And then let's see here. Interesting. So I noticed that this clasp seems to be just a skosh narrower than the Temu version. The bead storage is on the left and the Temu is on the right. Okay, but otherwise, aside from these grabby wells, which this one looks like it should be better grabby well than this one, but I did not find that to be the case. These containers look pretty much the same otherwise. Now let's see. Now I always use my nail saver, but if you're not going to, let's see, I use the pad of my thumb because I don't want to destroy my nails. Let's open this up. That one opened up. Can I get my nail thing under there? Yeah. Can I use the pad of my thumb? Not as easy. Seems like maybe this gripper well, snappy well, is not as deep. Or maybe it's just not as broken in. Let's see, are they different? Let me feel. Interesting. They look they look similar, identical, if you can see there. Would it help if I turn the light? How about if we have some light? Would it help? Herp derp. Yeah, they look the same situation. But this Temu one seems to be more squared off and wider, just by a skosh. Like it's very minimalistic. The interior. Now, you can tell that this is thicker, sturdier, like more durable plastic than this. This feels lighter, feels chintzier, thinner, but barely noticeable. It's like just because I'm nitpicking is the only reason I'm noticing that. Yeah, these are exactly the same size. I don't really need to get a tape measure out to notice that they're the same size. They are the same size. The interior of the lid looks very similar, and so does like where it attaches into the container. So, I mean, interesting. That's interesting. Does that look any deeper? No? Very, very similar, but there are some minutia differences, and I'm anxious to see how it's going to play out. Most obvious to me are the little grippy nubbins, and how, at least with my current nails, these containers, at least the small ones, are not agreeing as easily with the Temu version. And then this little clasp that doesn't have a very deep well to get like your finger pad under here, so you would need to either use your nail or some other tool, like this nail saver from Kevin's Creations. But yeah, that's the small one. Let's see if we can find us a medium comparison. Here's one. So here's the medium container. Again, yeah, the finger grabby wells are not as fingernail friendly. It doesn't have as good of a catch on the bottom. The top seems to be pretty okay, but the Temu seems to have a better catch at the bottom. That's really interesting. It looks the same. Matter of fact, the Temu one looks a little bit narrower, and this bead storage solution looks wider just by a skosh. And you would think that the wider one would be an easier grippy situation, but it really isn't. It's strange. At least not for me in these current nail situation. All the same things that I noticed about the small container seem to apply to the medium one in terms of being able to get it open and stuff. And again, like this is more squared off. This is a little bit more rounded. Just minutia detailing difference, but it is what it is. I'm just checking it out. This one I was able to get out if I grabbed it just right at an angle, but here's a large compared with a large. And again, all the same features, similar and different as with the small, and then we've got the extra large. So, oh, there we go. Interesting. For all intents and purposes, it looks very much the same. The only differences are the kind of fingernail well grabby situation on these. The feel and sturdiness, like, I don't know, quality of the plastic used to make these seems to be a little stronger. The clasp on this seems to be a little bit narrower. The finger wells on the bottom are a little bit shallower and not as easy to grab the container. But this feels more sturdy, just more hardy, like more. The container itself has the lined tracks in the bottom, much like the Temu Classify version has. So very similar, minor differences, but we're going to use this kit and see what it's all about. Kit up in it and see if I notice any other differences while we're working with it. And yeah, but I wanted to show you guys. Bead Storage Solutions Assorted Bead Tray, 42 piece, which is like the variety of small, medium, large, and extra large. 2 for $50 on Amazon. Like I said, it's about what you would spend for some of the mid to higher priced options for Classify storage containers on Temu, but it seems to have been made with more reliable, sturdy feeling materials. Even the lid felt a little more durable, a little less I'm gonna break this if I push too hard on the top type. It seems more girthy, not as wobbly, chintzy, etc. These handles that fix the kit seem to be easier to work with, but also still very, even maybe more so, click into placey, and very easy to unclick though. So I don't know if that's going to be a good or a bad, you know. I mean, it seems good, but I worry that it's gonna off too easy, you know what I mean? Like just whoop. We'll see as we're working with this how it goes. But yeah, even the lid isn't like, you know, it doesn't do the wobble when you wobble. It doesn't like wobble, and it's not as thin. This feels heavier and less like if you try to twerk it, like twist it, you know, it has a little give, but it's not like the Classify that kind of has more give. So definitely more sturdy, thicker, durable materials. Those are my initial impressions, not a full-on review because we haven't really tested it or used it for any length of time. Just a first impression, but that was it. So now with that out of the way, we're ready to dive in and kit up my man in sewer monster form. Yay! All right, so when I'm kitting up a Rokkari diamond painting, the first thing I like to do is grab the inventory sheet and take a really good look at that image. It's amazing, exciting. And I like to look at the quantity list because they have the quantity listed here. Thank you, Rokkari, for that. Because what I do is I take my containers and I go down the list and I put them in the order of size that I'm going to need. Now, like, for example, this first symbol has bag number 1, first symbol, will have 596. I know that that will fit into a small container. So I put the first one in there is going to be a small. Then the second one is 7,931. 3 10s, surprise! And so that's an extra large. I'm going to put that there. The next one is 287 drills. And I'm going to put that, a small one there. 34 drills. Gonna put that there. That's a small. 37 drills. That's a small, and so on until I have the kit organized by size, so that when I go through and start unbagging, it's just all the containers of the right size are already lined up for me. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll check back in. Like I mentioned earlier, I did get 2 of these. It was a 2-pack of these bead storage container system situations. I found that I need more small containers that was contained in just the one. So I'm going to break into the other container to steal some of the smalls because I want to use this kit with all of its, like, I don't want to mix a Temu Classify container in with one of these bead storage for testing. So I want to stick with the same brand. So I'm going to go ahead and bust in here and grab some of those and kind of mix and match my container system. To me, I mean, could you just use one of these and use a bigger container to put your drills or whatever? Yes, you could. But I would recommend getting more than one so that you can mix and match. It just makes it more easier, organized, and compact if you can manage it. If it's not within your budget, then one would be just fine. You just will have a little bit of a odd size container for number of drills eventually. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so I've got my kit done up. One thing I did notice is that this particular canvas, the drill set had a lot of smaller numbers, like 34 of this color, 37, 108, 130, 157, 27, 12, 38, 29, 111, 19. Those are some of the, you know, small numbers. So I needed a whole bunch of smalls. I stole all the smalls out of the other kit and used all the smalls from this one, and still toward the end we're gonna be not as efficient as I would have liked, but that's not this kit's fault, and it's not the diamond painting's fault. It's just I could have put more small containers in here that would have been more size appropriate for the number of drills that are going to go in there if I would have taken from the classified Temu situation, but I didn't want to intermingle, not for this test run. So I will have some bigger containers that have fewer drills in there. Not the right exact like size, but for a majority of the kit were size appropriate for the containers. And I just wanted to show you, I have my little notepad here. I went through and had to write myself a little note to tell me how many drills could fit in each container. There's about 220 drills per gram, and just, you know, if you're curious, a small container can hold about 1,000. A medium can hold approximately 2,000 drills, a large approximately 3,000 drills, and an extra large approximately 6,000 drills. If that is helpful to you, maybe take note. I did conjure this list up myself quite some time back, just so that's me. That's what I've discovered on my own. No secret website or information. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but I did my own homework and research and came up with those numbers. But now we have our container system all squared away. Now Sundown picked out the washi of protection, which is this like blood spatter pattern. And this is what he wants me to use to represent his kit, containery, whatnot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small strip of washi across each container to help protect it from gunk, so that when we put stickers on top of the washi, so that when we kit up, kit down, we can just peel the washi off. If you don't know, or maybe you do know, washi has a low tack, which means a low stick, and it doesn't often leave residue. At least the quality ones don't really leave residue, and it's just a way to help keep you from extra cleaning of your containers, unnecessary cleaning, and protects them from sticker goo. So I'm going to go ahead and get our containers washi of protectioned up, and then we'll start the actual kitting up. Woohoo! Okay, you guys, so as you can see, I have all 46 containers organized as best as I can in the correct size order to go along as we kit up, and I have them all protected with the washi of protection. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my packets of drills, and I'm going to organize them by their DMC. I'm going to put, you know, the 100s, 300s, 400s, 500s in little piles to kind of expedite our kitting up process. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. I don't think you need to see me, you know, put little organized drills numerically in piles, right? I think we can handle that. Well, handle not seeing that. So I will check back in with you when I get that step done. Right, from here on out, the video may be broken up a little bit more so than, I mean, kind of like super choppy, unintentionally so, and obviously so. We are amidst a storm situation. Tornado sirens are going off in Jonesboro, which is big town, about 20 miles away from us. And the storms are like coming in with tornadoes all kind of popping up all around. We are watching Ryan Hall, y'all, here on YouTube. If you don't know about him and his weather awesomeness, you definitely should go check him out. Shout out to Ryan Hall at Ryan Hall, y'all. Really accurate, you know, good weather information and graphics and whatnot. But our whole area is about to get slammed, and so I may be pausing here and there to hear what's going on with the weather situation. Also, when it hits our area, it's sounding pretty gnarly, and there's the potential for power outage or strong storm, take cover, things like that. So bear with me, but let's see if we can't get through this whole kit up situation. As you can see here, I've got all the drills in their 100, 300, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 3000, 33, 37, 38, 52, and special. So I got them in their number families. So now we're ready to start. Now I don't particularly like these little like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and cut that off. I have my little crafting scissors, sharp little murder scissors that I got out of my Rokkari mystery box around Christmas time, if I'm not mistaken. Super fun mystery. Was it Christmas or maybe it was Halloween? It was a mystery box. That's all I remember. And really enjoyed that mystery box. It comes with a bit of a steep price tag. I mean, it's all relative to what your budget is, but to me it was a little bit of a steeper price tag, and I was pretty nervous about it. I was like, I think it was $160, $180, something like that. And I was like, oof, I don't know, that's a risk. But it ended up being totally worth it, the spend. Loved the box. It was tailored to it was Sundown got a box and I got a box, and it was tailored to us. We answered some questions, and Eve got to kind of know our personality and flavor a little bit, and was able to tailor the box specifically to us. And that is one of the perks and benefits of working with her custom canvases, her mystery canvases, and her mystery boxes, is that she does take the extra time and effort to tailor it specifically to you as best she can. And so when you spend that much money on a mystery, or on the mystery boxes, you have that like security of knowing that if not 100%, a majority of it is going to be tailored specifically to you, which is pretty cool. Sorry, I just got these little craft scissors, and I use them all the time. So anyway, let's get to kitting up. Now I do have an ephemera 3D little ghost wipe Christmas tray situation here. It's a lidded tray with a pour spout, and I do have a piece of dryer sheet in here. Hopefully it's still got enough oomph in it to get us through some of this. Rokkari's kit so far, I've noticed, I don't think I've done, this will be my 7th or 8th canvas, and I don't think that I've had one that was not staticky. So I anticipate static, and we're going to fight it head on here. So if you're curious, we just got notified the greater Jonesboro area, which I think we kind of qualify for, we may be close enough, is supposed to be looking forward to some baseball sized hail. My daughter was saying that some of her co-workers at one of her jobs in Jonesboro was letting her know that tornado sirens are going off in town. So sounds pretty dicey. You guys might get treated to a Sundown special video if there's anything outside to see. All right, so what we're going to need for this endeavor is a little lidded tray of any kind. Like I said, I have an ephemera 3D tray, and I have cut a piece of dryer sheet to fit in here. I've used this several times, so I'm not sure if this dryer sheet is going to have enough oomph in it. But we shall see. And I'm just going to fit it in there and leave it open just a little bit, because we're going to put our baggies in here. I'll show you how we're going to do this quick and easy and nice and stuff. So our first number is 164 right here. These little baby trains. And we have our first container here, and get my handy dandy Twizzlers, and get my sticker on here. Boink. Well, I didn't place my washi just right, but it's good enough, right? I shut that by accident. So got that container ready, and I was not prepared. I'm sorry. We are busy watching this storm very closely. They were saying that it's like the most tornado ready storm they've seen today, and that there's a couple trying to pop down. There goes Sundown going out to check the livestock. That's code for I'm going to see the action. Oi! Actually, do you guys want to see what is going on outside? I'll take you with me. Hold on. Well, here's like a little look at our situation. You can hear those are not pterodactyls. Those are two geese, actually. There's one of our pens and part of our pallet palace. As you can see, we need to replace the tarp on our pen. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sundown, you dork. I hope he trips. I'm waiting for him to trip. But our geese are going bonkers. As you can tell, they can tell something's coming. But there's the sky. Now off to the left behind the house that you can't really see, Sundown says it's completely, I should be doing this, I'm sorry, completely clear blue skies. But as you can see, it's just a little overcast here. We're not really seeing much out here. But I can tell you that what we're hearing on the news and where the tornado sirens are going off is through that tree, through this red tree right here, that direction. So, yeah, it's a little sus right there, a little break in that cloud. Hopefully it doesn't look like it's rotating or anything. So, but yeah, most of the action is actually kind of through that tree, that direction over there. That's where the tornado sirens are going off, about 15-20 miles that way. But yeah, it's calm, it's nice and breezy, balmy, but definitely the birds say something's going down. All right, let's go finish kitting up. Let's get back to it. Okay, we're back at the desk, you guys. I just wanted to share with you, wanted to see for myself what was going on when I'm hearing on the news. Just a second, let me adjust us. Okay, I've adjusted so that it's a little closer to me, and you guys, I probably have filmed half this video without you being able to see what I'm doing. So I've got all these little baggies cut into individual baggies. What I'm going to do is, I wonder if I haven't tried this with multiple little baggies, if that makes sense. I haven't tried it with multiple little baggies at once. I might experiment and try it. I know I've tried it with one regular sized train and some larger train bags, but boop. Oh, I left a few behind. Close the lid, pinch it on the bag, pull the bag through, kind of like you're squeezing the last bit of toothpaste out of a toothpaste container, and we don't have to deal with the static at all, if there is any. I don't know, this doesn't look very staticky. Let me just pour and see. Do we have static in here? Not a whole lot. A little bit of a clinger situation, but we're gonna shut that and shake it on up. Can't shake very good with that arm. Get it all destatikified if there was any static, and go ahead and pour that on in here. So let's try, because like I said, I haven't tried it yet. Oh, I'm limited space. I haven't tried multiple bags at once. I don't know if it will be as easy, but these shook down really good and easy. So I'm gonna guess that this is a static free set of baggies. What? Let me clean this up. I like to clean up as I go. It kind of slows me down, but so let me, yeah, they're already falling out, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to, oh, and I didn't leave myself a tab. I'm a dork. So I didn't cut the bags right. Oh, there's some static too. Gosh darn it. Gosh diddly darn it. Mushy, you dum-dum. Let's see if I can, oh, there's one traveling on top. There we go. Let's see if I can kind of do it without having a real good pull tab. If there's a couple left in there, we'll get them. They'll be fine, but yep. Wing, got them. There we go. So you can do multiple baggies. Shake them around, get that dryer sheet goodness doing its anti-static business in there. tap them on out into here. Sounds like I got most of them, if not all of them. Yep, all but one. One little straggler. Boink. All right. And that's how we deal with staticky drills. So let's continue on. Next bag. I have, just to be safe, I have dryer sheets below me here, just in case. But next bag, 310. Surprise. This is the most voluminous color on here. It shouldn't be a surprise to us horror fans. We know the biz, the dealio. 310s are also very habitually staticky. This doesn't, there's a little bit in there. Let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm gonna cut right. Oh, I'm cutting wrong again. Mush, stop. I got, so there's a little piece. Oh, there it is. A little piece of drill trash was right here, and I was concerned with trying to cut it out, and ended up cutting the baggie wrong again. Mushy. I did leave myself a pull tab though, so a little bit. Let's go ahead and see if we can do, this is a 2-for-1 special on the baggies. Wing, yay! Got them. And do we want to tempt fate and put another big baggie in there? Pull tab, yes. Okay, good deal. Cut the top off of this. Now we have a regular size bag. So this is what you would have seen in the short or TikTok if you watched the short or TikTok on how to do this to defeat staticky drill kit up situation. This is exactly what you saw in the short TikTok situation. All right, so, oh, except for I opened the lid as I was shaking. What is wrong with me? God, take a minute, go outside, and I must have left some of the few brain cells I have out there with the storm. Shake it on up. And tap it on in here. I do have to do some like extra jiggly wiggling because of that dryer sheet that's in there is kind of getting in the way. You know what I'm saying? We can see here, we know that 310s are traditionally pretty trashy. There's a little bit of trash in there. That's not horribly egregious. Like I said, 310s, habitual offenders. I'm being stalked. 1 second. All right, I was being updated on the storm situation. In the few minutes that I have been back in the house, he says that it's hazier, greener. Shar is now going for an emergency, like, pre-storm potty, and she's going bonkers out there. So I think it's gonna get a little gnarly. Leah said that the tornado sirens are still going off in Big Town, according to her sources. That was almost a spill. There we go. So hopefully everything's going well. I mean, it sounds pretty gnarly on the Ryan Hall, y'all. So, but we might get missed. I'm sorry about Shar. Can you hear her? She's like trying to scare the storm away. I will bark. Oh, I thought that was a drill that had escaped. No, it's in its baggie. I was trying to pick up a drill that was still contained in a baggie. Oh my gosh, you guys. But yeah, no, I just wanted you to see what I was going to be doing the rest of this kit up. Well, I wanted to show you that ooh, whoa, that jumped out. These are definitely staticky. That one jumped. Oh, 2 of them. 3 of them. Oh my gosh. Like little Mexican jumping beans. Oh my gosh. Another one just literally flew over here. No, stop. I shouldn't have opened it to look. Close the portal. Close the portal. I hear thunder coming in too. I'm sorry about Shar. Hopefully she's not setting off your canine alarm. I was going to say alert and alarm systems. She's out there pretty excitable. But yeah, this is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this kit up. I just don't want to deal with the static, and so I'm going to be doing all of the baggies this way. But now I've given you kind of practical, I guess, live, not live, or not really live, but you know, a little more in-depth look at this trick. So it's a lifesaver. This is a lifesaver, especially when you have a kit that's full of static and you have trains. I cut the baggie at the wrong side again. Love that for me. I think I did anyway. But I still have a little bit of a grip, so I'm okay. And woo-booski. Got them in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and work on kitting all this up. I will cue us back up if there's anything super interesting or necessary that pops up. This is going to take me a while. So I will see you. For me, it'll be a while. For you, it'll be pretty much instantaneous. I'm still kidding up. I just got informed we're under 2 tornado warnings now for the same area. So 2 distinct separate tornado warnings, 1 confined area. Oh, goody. All right, you guys, this is what we took a break for. Sorry, neighbors. But this is the direction where the 2 tornado warning window is, kind of behind the tree there. But yeah, this is the clouds and stuff. You can't, oh, I should be doing it this way. I'm sorry. Look at that.
The video doesn't give it justice.
Yeah. Oh, there's some lightning. Very unstable. You can tell it's an unstable situation. We don't see any rotation or anything like that. But the video isn't doing, like Sundown said, any justice for how green tinged it is out here, but it is definitely green tinged.
And our geese are mad.
And our geese are very upset. And you can see the clouds, the way they're being sucked into that storm cell back there. Like how they're all pointing toward the central area of that. There's some lightning coming off to the right. But we have a kit to kit up. So I'm going to get back to work and let Sundown be the weatherman. All right, so that's kind of what's going on outside. Didn't look so bad, at least not in the viewfinder, but from what I'm hearing, there's 2 tornado warnings. Tornado sirens are going off in town. You can see the clouds are like being sucked into that inflow situation. And it's starting to get pretty rumbly out there. Char's upset. The geese are upset. So, yeah, it might miss us. It might be going. I did just hear Ryan Hall talk about another local-ish town about oh, I forgot to use my little trick. I'm probably gonna regret it. About 25-30 minutes away, they spotted a tornado trying to touch the ground with its little pointy finger. So yeah, they're kind of popping up all around us. The area we live in, like regional situation, we live in kind of like a valley, and so we kind of live like in a dip in, you know, and a lot of times storms just kind of blow right past us, blow over us. So yeah, we're kind of fortunate in that way. But I'll let you guys know if anything happens. I'm gonna get back to work. Woohoo! Oh, look, we're on the next container and it's number 422. Cool.
I just got permission that I can eat spaghetti outside. I have to be careful, so I told her I would grab a plastic fork.
Yeah, I'm making him use a plastic fork, but for all the good that does to this walking lightning rod. But I'm bummed that I'm not out there watching it too, but I'm sure he'll let me know if something cool happens. And some people might be like, girl, you dumb, you crazy, like, why tempt? But listen, we live in a manufactured home out in the country. There's nothing immediately surrounding us. We're not surrounded by buildings or anything like that, so we're kind of just out here, but in a manufactured home. Some people call it modular home, some people call it mobile home. Call it what you want. It's it's a prefab home that was made in a factory somewhere and dropped out here. So whatever you want to call that kind of house. I call it a manufactured home because if we were to go buy this house, a new version of this house, we would go to a manufactured home sales lot and find one. Our house is, you know, susceptible to the elements, the severe elements, and because of the nature of the kind of house it is, and the fact that we're out like in the middle of acres, you know, without anything to really break the wind or anything. You know what I'm saying? We're just kind of out here like a pole in the ground, and so there's not, we don't, it's, if something bad is going to happen, it's not going to matter if we're inside or outside. There's not much safety provided by these walls is what I'm saying. So the fact that they're out there watching things go down and stuff, like I said, it kind of wouldn't really matter if we were inside or outside. If something's going to get to us, it's going to get to us. These walls are not these walls are not going to be the thing that saves us. You know what I'm saying? So take from that what you will. You know, think what you want. That's okay. We like to watch the weather come in. That's part of why we built the deck and all that stuff. All right, back to work. You guys, I've got to take you outside and show you. Literally, this is probably about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes from the last clip. You won't believe, it's insane. Hold on. I wanted to come bring you guys out here. Look, it is dark like nighttime. We were literally just out here 10, 15, 20 minutes tops. You can see some light from the sky through the clouds, like right there. So you know that there's still supposed to be sunlight. This is crazy. It came so fast and like out of nowhere. I couldn't believe it when Sundown and Leah were like, hey mom, uh-oh, here comes some rain. Oh, yikes. Ow. When they were like, mom, it's like dark out here. What? Yeah, it's like midnight. And I'm like, what? Look at that. Crazy. No movement in the clouds or anything like that, but it's nuts how fast it got so dark and how dark it got. Okay, I'm getting wet. This is the tornado, but this is the tornado footage right now. It's on the ground doing damage, and we're watching it form right now. I just stuck my head out the door. Whoops.
Wild.
Yeah, but check that out. You guys, back at the desk. You might hear some rumbly bumblies. We are by no means out of the woods, but my family is now home. There is still, I don't know if the tornado is still on the ground, but as you can hear, it's very angry outside right now. It's very upset. It got spicy dicey for a few minutes there, and but everyone is I mean, we still have power. Everybody's home, but there is a tornado out there somewhere, and they said that it looks like the storm might try to produce a couple. It has the potential to produce a couple, so we're watching it closely, keeping an eye on the stuff and the things, and yours truly will, you know, take off. Diamond painting extreme hardcore edition. Hardcore weather edition. There's a tornado outside? Okay. I'm a diamond painter. I have to kit up. Jeez. Oh. He's very angry outside. And of course, Charlotte's taking the opportunity to be like, guess what? Gotta go to the bathroom, guys. No, you don't, dog. Later. Oh my gosh. She's like, I'm a storm chaser. I feel bad. I we didn't know. It came out of nowhere. I told Leah and Sundown, I'm like, okay, well, the storm is like past us and it hit Jonesboro. And if you head toward town, you'll see the back end of the storm. Like it's going away from where you know, if you guys want to go and take a look at the back end of this storm and see what it looks like. And they were like, really? Yay. And then they went to leave and they were like, it's pitch black outside, like nighttime pitch black. And I was like, what? We were just outside and it was green dingy, but like it wasn't pitch black or anything. There's still plenty of daylight. And they were like, no, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check it out when you guys leave. Ooh, it's shaking the house. Bumbly. And then they left, and they weren't gone more than, you guys weren't gone more than what, 5-10 minutes tops?
3.
Huh?
3.
3?
We hadn't even made it to Highway 1 yet.
You didn't?
No.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they were gone maybe 3 minutes, and then I was listening while I was kitting up. Had the obviously recording paused for a moment, and while I'm listening to the weather reports, and Ryan Hall was like, there's a tornado touching down and heading straight for Harrisburg. And I was like, what? And he was like, direct path, take shelter. I'm like, what? And went and took a look, saw what was happening, and I called them. I'm like, you come back right now. And then one of the roads that we drive on to get to our house, to and from, is exactly where the tornado was going. He said it was on a path to cross, which is one of the roads that leads to us. And I was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, a little panic mode there. I was like, I think you better get your ass home. Chass. That's a real word. C-H-A-S-S. C-H-A-Z-Z. But yeah, but we're all home and together and whatnot. But it was weird because when I told them that they could go ahead and go, there wasn't anything on the radar, and it literally came out of nowhere and popped up, down, whatever, out of nowhere. And it was so not on the radar that they would not have, from what they said, they would not have, there was no warning. They would not have known that it was on the ground out there coming this way. If not for their storm chaser that was wheels on the ground there and saw it with his own eyes and caught that footage. If he hadn't done that, there was no indication. There was no, that's the only reason I sent my family out, is because it was all supposed to be past us by now. And there was nothing heading back this way. And then, poop, out of nowhere, within 3 minutes, zoop, dark skies, swirly gig on the ground, crazy stuff. But I'm going to get to kitting up the rest of this while I have a chance, just in case, power goes out or we need to take shelter. But, yeah. All right, you guys, we've got everything kitted up. I do need to let you know that I made some adjustments to my little list here. I don't know if it's because it's squares or if it's because it's this different storage kit, or maybe I simply was just wrong, but this is an updated list of what the containers can hold. I was quite off on some of these. So yeah, strange. I've been living by this list for quite some time and not had an issue, but I did tonight, so that was interesting. Don't know what that says to me, you know what I mean? They're a different size drill or something. Maybe squares and rounds have a difference of, maybe I can fit more rounds in the containers than I can squares, or I don't know. But anyway, we got everything, all the drills kitted up, and all the containers got labels and stuff. And now I'm cutting out the thumbnail picture for my Happy Fun Sticker Time book, and I'm gonna throw this away. Then we need to organize our containers in some kind of order that makes sense. Okay, so what I've noticed over the last 6, 7, 8 kits, whatever I've done of Rokkari's, is that all the symbols and like letters and stuff like that all pretty much are the same across every kit. So, except for, do I remember seeing a D before? I don't know. Interesting. Or this little pill thing. Now I'm second guessing myself. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this in order, some kind of discernible order. I like to go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and then simple symbols and more complex symbols. Math, if we can group like symbols together, like math or punctuation, things like that. Guys, whew, I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. It's been an eventful evening, and this took like several hours longer than it should have because I had to keep stopping and checking and sheltering, and oh my gosh. But here is our kit. Look at these vibrant colors. We're going to be doing a colorful kit, but it's still on brand, so this is exciting. I love to see it. I'm seeing new symbols in this Rokkari kit that I have not seen in any Rokkari kits to date. I'm pretty confident. It's going to bug me, so I'm probably going to go double check, but I'm pretty sure I don't often or ever see a D, an F, a G, maybe a D, but D, F, G seem very, to me, what was another one? I'm trying to remember what, oh yeah, I think that weird S with a line, yeah, this thing, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think we see pills, or the eggs cracked in half, capsules, whatever that is. Interesting. All right, you guys, the only thing that I would do from this point on is perhaps tape the borders. I chose black to border, so we're just doing a thin stripe of black for now until I can send them to the store for a thicker black. But you know, that is what he chose for himself, and that is what he's gonna get. I don't think I ever really got to talk about it because I had planned on kind of doing a little bit of a whipping kit up situation, but then we got attacked. So I was distracted and you know, paying attention to more important-y things while I was trying to kit up, and I was taking 100 million breaks, and it just wasn't conducive to sitting down and chatting with you guys. But while we're doing this, I'll just tell you, if I didn't mention it already, one of the reasons why I'm doing this canvas this month is because Sundown and I are celebrating our second anniversary this month. This is the second time in our lifetime that we have had a second anniversary. First one was when we were youngins. Oh boy. Oh, mushy kind of really foobarred right there. Nobody saw that, right? Okay. It happens. You know what? It happens, and if I've messed up the glue over here, then I will fix it, and it will not reflect badly upon the canvas or the materials. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be our second anniversary, so I really wanted to do this canvas in honor of, you know, him and us, and yeah, the whole nine. So there's that, and I'm excited to do this. Yay! Although this could have also been an honorary one for his birthday in July, but I couldn't wait. Okay, I couldn't. Don't judge me. I couldn't wait. I'm very excited. Yeah, April's special to me for like I said, a couple reasons. Our second anniversary is one of them. Obviously, last year we celebrated our first anniversary, which is the second time. Stop being difficult, paper. Which is the second time that we had a first anniversary. If you couldn't have guessed the logic there. Oi. Make room. Make way. Make way. I'm going to spill coffee and I'm going to be upset, so I need to stop messing around. Okay, here we go. Also, you know, this is and kind of the anniversary of me. Oh my gosh, I am trying so hard to spill my coffee, like subconsciously or something. Like it keeps trying to happen. It keeps doing it. But yeah, we will be having our there's another reason that I don't want to discuss why April is special to me, but it is. We got Earth Day this month. Yeah, Earth Day. The Earth is important. We're on it, and you know, it houses us, and so there's that. Special for that. Easter is this month. We won't be doing any Eastery themed canvases. At least that's not in the schedule. Got other things planned, but those are some other things that make April a special and important month. But yeah, I think black is gonna look good on this. I think it's gonna make all the other colors like really pop, especially knowing that his form in this canvas, the background, his actual form is enhanced by special drills all throughout the background. Like pretty much the entire background is special drills to really make him shine. And I think the special drills against the matte black border tape is gonna really do something. It's gonna really do something. Is this heavy enough? Maybe. Cord, do you want to get out of the way? Okay, thanks. And yeah, you probably will see. I'm gonna put it in the video. Tornadoes all night long. Good golly. I think we're in the clear. Are we in the clear now for the rest of the evening?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, yeah, we're in the clear for the rest of the night, but I tell you what, a tornado was knocking at our back door here, front door. It was knocking at one of the doors. Touched down on the ground all around. That was kind of scary because there was a big storm that passed through and hit Big Town, right? And Leah was getting calls and all this texts and stuff from her friends who were all freaked out and stuff, and who live in Big Town. Their houses were shaking and it was windy and there was like golf ball and lemon sized hail and all this stuff. It's, huge, big deal, right? Sirens going off, all that. And we were watching the Doppler, listening to the reports, and they were like, pretty much we dodged a bullet. That storm didn't really impact us at all. As a matter of fact, I'll probably put some footage up, or Sundown, or somebody will put footage somewhere where you'll get to see like that all happening. And you could, ow, that's about as far as I can. I need more arm space than that. All right, there we go. But yeah, it was, we were looking at the dump. Okay, well, this wave is past. Another wave's not due for quite some time. I was like, I know you want to. Why don't you guys go into town or towards town where the storm is currently active, and like you'll be behind it, kind of chasing it essentially, and maybe you'll get to see some like cool clouds or watch, you know, the lightning and all that stuff kind of from behind it, from safety, you know. Just chase it down the road a little bit. And they were like, really? Okay, yeah. And they got all excited, and we checked the Doppler one more time. Everything, you know, we were in the clear. It was going by. It's going away from us. Everything is fine. Literally 3 minutes after they left, I was on the phone calling them saying, get back home, stop, or whatever, get somewhere. There is a tornado in small town that's only like 7 miles away, 8 miles away from us, and it's coming straight for us, and it's going on the road that you're driving toward to drive on to go to town. Like, you were going to like intersect. It was coming this way, they were going this way, and they were gonna like, and I was like, no, come back. So I felt bad because they were gone like 3 whole minutes. They didn't even make it, like, they barely made it past like dirt roads and little side highways and stuff. They didn't even make it to civilization or anywhere, not even halfway, not even a quarter of the way. They literally didn't even make it to the highway, the main highway. So, because that main highway was being, the tornado was using it. But they made it home safe in time, and then we got blasted here at the house. We could tell from the reports and like what we were seeing that it got close, but didn't do any damage out here or anything. All the chickens are fine, the ducks are fine, the geese are fine, everybody's fine. All the property is fine. So far as we can tell, our garden is fine. Like our you call it a garden? Our plots, our farm plots are fine. So, yeah, everything is fine, but it got dicey for like a minute, but whew, it's crazy. It was crazy. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure you will have seen it throughout the course of the video because I plan on putting it in, but in case I don't, or I can't, or I don't know, you know, now you've heard it, like, for real. Okay, anyway, you know what we can do? We kind of have to. It's sort of like a required situation, right? We need to put our release papers, at least a couple. I'm not going to cover the whole canvas. I'm just going to do a row or two of release papers and just keep moving them up as we go. But we got to put Sundown on Sundown, right? We got to put him on himself. Right? These are release papers from Bee's Crafty Corner. They're the Sundown Sewer Monster theme, art brand, whatever. Here's the painting we're working on, is this right here. Check it out. Excitement! A link to Bee's Crafty Corner release papers will be found in the description box down below, of course. I will link you to these, and while you're there, shop around, see if there's anything else you like. We've got me and Crafty-ish Kristen's Spilling the Tea series papers on there. I've got some regular, like, dark and creepy themed papers on there. Channel branded papers. Sundown and Leah. We've got Spilling the Tea. Me and Crafty-ish Kristen. Kristen has Pippi papers of varying varieties on there. All kinds of different creators and their channel and event representations on there. So yeah, definitely go check out Bee's Crafty Corner and get yourself some release papers. But also, oh, can I say it? I don't know if I can say it. We may be finding Bee's Crafty Corner release papers available with very special art elsewhere. Can I say that? Yeah, I think they announced it, right? Editing mushy. Figure it out so that you don't say something you're not supposed to. Oh, we found a straggler drill that somehow escaped the containment system. My bad. Well, I'm sure, watch me be one drill short. I'll have some kind of like drill catastrophe, and I'll need one more of that color, and I'll be like, remember at the beginning there was that one color? I bet that was it. I needed that one. I've never run out of drills with a Rokkari kit, so I'm not too worried about that one potentially getting away, and certainly not worried about catching it and trying to figure out which DMC it is. So probably wouldn't be that hard. I'm just really tired and lazy, and if I'm being frank, which I'm not frank, I'm mushmallow, but you know, if I felt like being frank, I would say that I'm excited to get working on this canvas. So I can't be bothered to take the extra time to mess about. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna use this amount of release papers for now. We didn't need any of the half sheets, so that's pretty cool. This canvas, okay, Eve, Have you done something different? I don't feel like the canvas material feels different or entirely looks different, but the writing at the bottom here, where you can find Rokkari's Facebook group, that writing, that's smaller, it's differenter. It's also got Rokkari-dpa.com down here, which they don't usually have, but her Facebook group is facebook.com/groups/dark art diamond art fanatics. I don't know why every time I see that I want to say dark art dark fart. I think because the F is right there at fanatics. And anyway, and then this is different writing, you know, here where it's image is Sundown Sewer Monster, artist Rokkari. It seems smaller and less intrusive. I'm sensing some differences. I must investigate. I must. Nothing that's altering the quality or I mean, this is arguably is an improvement to aesthetic quality. I mean, that argument can be made, but I mean, nothing that's affecting like the quality of the materials so far. We'll have to see when we work on the canvas, those letters and numbers that are different, how they look on the canvas. Pay special attention to that. I will, but I sense, you know what, I'm looking right now. Yeah, this is different. The Facebook group thing is different. The information down here is different. Interesting. Aha, I caught you. I caught you doing some little differencing. Differences. Okay, yeah, you can tell I'm getting tired. Okay, here's our canvas, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put the papers back on in a minute, but I'm so excited to work on this. I can't wait to dive in and take you guys with me. Let me know what you think, and thanks for kitting up with me. I hope to see you next time. Stay naughty. Something that came to me from anonymous, words are hard, and with that little bit of a, the basic shape container was of being able to, oh my gosh, hold on to things. This pinchy, you know, lippy, grabby, shutty, words are so hard, guys, thing is the clasp. Thank you, Mushy. But I wanted to show you, this is TL, so luminous, 3823, and I noticed I have a glitter glimmer pixie dusty, I mean it has a G, so I'm glitter glimmer, something like that, but it's basically a fairy pixie dust situation drill in 38 to 60. Oh, it's not the same color, never mind, scratch that, I'm an idiot. Dum want gum yes. I can feel the rumbles in my chair. Wait, I mean, not from my booty.
No, it's
from
the booties.
No, it's from the thunder. I realized what I said after I said it. That I'm like, I don't recall that one. Now I don't remember.